All right, now we are here on the show called Musical Journey with the King of the Right here on Honor TV as well as other channels. So wherever you are right now, please, I want you to click share button so that we'll be right here on the show. Right, please make sure you click the share button. Right, I want to make sure you click the share button. Right, I want everyone to be right here because today we have a special man in the music industry, a prominent promoter from Zimbabwe who is right here on the show today with us. Please click the share button before we start the show, and you can see he right on time. Right, this is my first person I've interviewed who is on time because time is money. So you're watching us from the YouTube channel and also on Honor TV and also all social network platforms. So click the share button. Mr. Patson Chimboza is right here in the building. So what I can do right now, I'm gonna welcome Mr. Patson Chimboza, aka Mr. Chipaz. Welcome to the show, Mr. Chipaz.
King Alfred.
Ziri say Mr. Chipaz.
Terrible. That's my levels.
How my levels are right. You know, it's a pleasure having you right here on the show because I know you are a busy man and vanakawanda kuti vakubate hey zvinonetsa kuti mubatike, but it's a pleasure having you right here on the show.
Anything for the industry, we make ourselves available.
Yes. So right now, Murikupi at the moment.
Pass.
Mudari background.
24/7.
Wow. Anyway, Mr. Patson Chimboza, I understand that you are a businessman, right? Not just a promoter, right? Starting off our show, can you please just tell us about yourself?
I think basically my real name is Patson. Chipaz my surname and my first name. Chi for Chimboza and Pa for Patson. That's how the name Chipaz came from.
Okay, so promotion, in terms of promotion, Makatangarini promoter. When did you start promoting?
Yeah, very good question. But I think nearly 20 years into the industry.
Wow. And do you still remember your first show that you promoted? Do you still remember the first show that you promoted?
Yeah, it was a club event in Chipaz. I used to own a nightclub called Club Chipaz, Komakoni. And my first show, to be honest, Angari Sulu, Atango Breaker from Alan Chibet.
Okay.
That was my first show.
And what made you to become a promoter? Chi chakaku inspire kutamana guys. I want to be a promoter. What inspired you?
King Alfred. Like I said, I used to have to run a nightclub. So today, my patrons, I would invite myself to artists. And one of the artists, like I said, was Suleiman Chibetu. But then I realized I would make more sales in my club when I engage myself as my artists. But surely you can't be calling Sulu every Friday, every Saturday, every Monday in the same nightclub. In as much as I started to change, engaging other artists and Letonga Moyo, Sifas Mashakada. But I realized that in some shows in my nightclub, why did I make my shows outside my club? This is when I then started venturing into doing my shows outside my club, Gatanga Weather outside. But then I realized that I can make kampa profit kusupa kwangu. And I started engaging my artists. And for your own information, the first artist wanatanga kushanda naye on a bigger platform is the late Baba Oliver Mtukudzi.
Wow. And how did he manage to convince him to come to your show? Because that time you were starting to be a promoter. How did he manage to convince him to come to your show?
I think it was because of God's grace. All I did is I drove to Bagaripai, and lucky enough, I met his manager by then. I presented my case because I want to be doing my friends. That time, I think Alec Macheso, you could not even get a date from Alec Macheso because a guy owns the Ghetto Fabulous.
Okay, Ghetto Fabulous, yeah.
You couldn't get a date from Alec Macheso. I only could get my dates from the late Tongai Moyo. So the only artist that I had on that Tangani Power at that time was Tongai Moyo. And for me to do a gig in Tongai Moyo, I said I would need another big artist. And that happened to Oliver Mtukudzi. Yeah. And for the record, he gave me the platform to work with Oliver Mtukudzi. And we signed the only contract with the Oliver Mtukudzi. Yokutanga, after my first contract in Matuku, all other events that I did with Oliver Mtukudzi were all by verbal agreement and mutual understanding.
Wow.
I think I did more than 10, 15 shows. Now I'm too good, but I only had one contract, the very first contract. Well, what I said I would do to him is exactly what I did.
But how was the experience working with the legend late Oliver Mtukudzi? What was the experience?
I was happy because all I was trying to do is get myself is Alec Macheso. So I said if I do good on the show now, Baba Mtukudzi. Obviously,
it's for you to take
the came the other Macheso. Let's try. That's how it happened.
Wow. To those just log on, welcome to the show. It's our musical journey with the King of Right here. I'm hosting one of the best, or the prominent, if not the best in Zimbabwe, Mr. Chipaz, aka Patson Chimboza. Yeah, and my godfather, a music promotion in Zimbabwe. Shout out to all those in the shout box right now. Please just click the share button because we want everyone to be right here. Because Paningezaka the doctor needs to pan up and Nasi on Honor TV, musical journey with King Alfred. Because these gentlemen, trust me, I don't want to say much, but you hear as we move. He's an award winning. Anyway, let me just say it, award winning. I'm not going to talk about the award at the moment, but let me just tell you that he's an award winning, right? A gentleman from Zimbabwe.
For the second time.
For the second time, right?
For the second time.
So what do you think are the key skills necessary for being a successful promoter? My key elements, I think that ange successful promoter like you, because so many artists or so many people out there, they look up to you.
King Alfred, to me, promotion business, it's a business on its own. This is why when you register, they ask for my company documents. But you may have all the necessary documents, but you need to have passion for the industry. To be honest, King Alfred, some people think that promotion, but to me, there's yes. But I believe interaction and connection, the greater magnitude of our society. So I would say for a promoter, you need to have passion more than anything else. You may have the money, or money, but as long as you have passion for the industry,
so where does your passion come from? Where does your passion come from in this music industry?
I think my passion is God given. Or everything that I do, I say, Italian na Mwari. That's what I believe in. Because the Minasa King of the data, this is it. But I think God had a plan maybe for better Zimbabwe.
You know, I shout out to Vocal and big up the biggest promoter in Zimbabwe. One of the people who single-handedly pushed Zimdanzo against all the odds. This is coming from Mr. Vocal Bakasa Hansi, single-handedly. Yeah. And also to join Wapana, one of the biggest blogger, Mr. Stuart Nyamayaro, my elder. Shout out to you, Mr. Stuart Nyamayaro. Please, whoever is writing, who is watching the interview, just click the share button. Click the share button. There's a lot that we need to learn from Mr. Chipaz. Please click the share button. That is a hamanation what it's weird pound because Murima Uyu is not easy kumbata. It's not easy kumusikira. So whoever is right here, just click the share button. We need all the numbers to be right here. There's a lot that we need to know from Mr. Chipaz, aka Mr. Patson Chimboza. So muno vakupi kumusha, if I'm to ask you, or kugeto renyu chairo ndere kupi?
Inini ndobva kuGuruve.
Guruwe.
Ndobva ndakadzidza 21-27. Ndobva ndazoyangu muchirungu. But Guruve ndo areas yangu. And ndikanganwe. Ndinotomenda koko ivi nevaimbi vakawanda.
Okay, so what do you believe sets you apart, right, or differentiates you from other promoters? Chinoita kuti chiite mutsauko between me and mama promoters.
One thing I've said to myself, King Alfred, is my artists edu. To be honest, they all have different characters. They are not the same. So in Nini, I studied each and every artist's character. And I try and suit myself in his or her different character. Because the moment that I want to take the way I reciprocate na stage presa, when I enter na levels kana kuna with the president, my character akasiyana. So I look at kuti Babacharamba na Bacharamba, vanofarira chii? What are the do's and don'ts avanoda? Inini I do exactly the same thing. This is no wonder why ndaiwirana nemunhu ainzi the late Soldier Love. Ainetsa ende ndozvomira munetsa zvitowa. But I studied what he wants. And here he would also do the same, study what I want as well. At the end of the day, tinogadzira ukama, usiri bound nemari, uri bound nekudzikisisana.
Okay.
That's what I've done to most artists.
So you first of all start the artist's character or start the artist's profile before mind and business.
Correct.
And but you still need his service. What do you do?
Industry, it's not good at industry.
Yes.
It's not an industry, but I believe with an after the event, you must also sit down towards an and find a common platform. So that I don't sound correct. It's not good you need to correct every time. I'm also human. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes, same as the artist. But if we agree what we've agreed, if it can suppose the event fails, I must be able to approach the artist professionally and ask for a leeway to pay him after, whether it's 2 days, 2 weeks, or 2 months. But whatever that I promise, I must surely do whatever I promised.
Wow. To all those who are just writing or who just logged on right now, hosting the prominent promoter in Zimbabwe, if not if not the whole of Africa, the whole of Africa, because I know this gentleman. I think this is my second time maybe speaking to him, but not on a live show. But the time I spoke to him, I could tell this gentleman is focused. I think I'm going to say 2 minutes, but you can tell what the mind yake iri business. Right. So, what are your long-term career aspiration as a promoter?
For me, I want to see a better artistic Zimbabwe.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it is my wish that we have upcoming promoters, but we are into the industry so that we learn one or two, because things are changing. Whatever Chipaz is doing or has been doing, I don't know to correct or just another. If new promoters come in, surely we will learn one or two things from them. At the same time, they will learn one or two things from whatever that we're doing. So I believe they are going to take the good part that we've done as massive promoters in the perfect areas that we've actually made things difficult in the industry. But at the end of the day, we've got a better artistic Zimbabwe.
Okay, I'm just gonna read this statement coming from Wayne Mashi. Mudara Chipaz dai mwari varamba vachikukomborera henyu dai tawana another 2 or 3 people like you mu Zimbabwe industry. Your relation with colors is beyond measures. Aiwa munonzwanana. And this one is coming from Blessing Jenna. Big up Chipaz Promotions and King Alfred. Coming from Farai Kelvin Mandaza, very true hip hop. Big up Mundara Chipaz. They're commenting on my statement in Yamuruguta or Egufamba ma artists and also the way I'm from promotion menu. Shout out all those who are in the shout box and also Varum shout box comment section. Kana mudi bakwiza madagu vunza Mudara Chipaz, vari pano, Mr. Patson Chimboza, vari pano. This is your time. And then mchinda oya bude kuma interviews kumanya and doda kutenda kuti takwanisa kungetinao nasi pano pa musical journey with the King of it, and it's an honor to have you right here on the show. So what do you think are the biggest challenges you face when promoting an event?
Promotion in other man, King of it. My challenge is at no one, I believe a promoter is someone who's supposed to identify talents. After identifying the talent, you need to nurture the talent. After nurturing the talent, someone is supposed to take care of that artist. Long back, I didn't believe in bringing international artists. I was one person who believed in 100% local. So, challenge we don't have a system where we identify and nurture the talent. What happens is the promoters do most of the dirty work or the dirty work. Talent in nature. Yeah, in nature, then he cooperates. Then come you have the Torah King Alfred, Opamita brand ambassador. But they are not helping us in identifying and nurturing the talent. King of it, imagine what our industry would be if Japanese Macheso Wingidi Freeman Killer T colors. If they wake up tomorrow, what would be our industry like?
That's a good question. That's a good question.
We are not creating 20 Japanese, 20 Wingidis, 20 Bicharabas. But one day these guys can just say at Chayimba, we now all want to be new farmers. Then our industry will be dead.
So in actual sense, you are actually carrying most of the debt work on the ground, identifying my talents, bringing them to your platform. Then all of a sudden, right?
Correct.
You have done a lot.
Come again.
And so in actual sense, you're saying, Guti, you are bringing a lot of talent on your platform. That platform, I believe in you. you got talent, right?
Correct.
Come and perform, right? And your platform, platform inozikana kuti whatever Chipaz promotion host or do chine impact, and the
Correct.
vafana ivava vaonekwa kwa Chipaz, they can easily come out vachienda unoswirira mawings. So you are like an academy.
Correct. That's true. But we are saying in that platform, we are appealing to the corporates to help us identify more talent. The little that we can do is my vet maybe are close to Harare. But what happens to a talented artist are being a talented artist are Vic Falls, Jombe, Kariba, Mount Arwe. We are only centralized in Harare. But if you get support, you could let's go and identify talent in Pinga. Let's go and identify talent in Cholocho. Let's go and identify talent in Mount Arwe. Talent yo yes, tikaibata nidza.
So we are actually lacking the corporate world to chip in, so that you can go all the way to those areas. Kuti tinge chiunza talent baduze, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So these challenges. Okay. So what are these corporate world looking for, or what do they require? Okay, takwenda una Chipaz, tumpe something. Aende unotora that talent ruye paduze.
We are engaging them. Some are coming up, but we are saying the rate of them coming up with what we require is slow. If you look at it, King Alfred, we applaud our good government. Agriculture, they've got what they call command agriculture, where they are giving my farmers a platform yekuvapa mbeu zvokurimisa vachiti vanogrow badara after the harvester.
Yes,
it means they are empowering the farming sector. So we're saying to the corporate and to our good government, why can they not also empower the musical sector? What for a command artist scheme? You put an artist, for example, let's say obvious colors, the one. Colors, we want to give you 40,000 to start a business.
Yeah.
We know we do my national events. We are going to hire your services for national events. But because we've given you this command artist scheme, instead of us giving you $10 for the service that you're going to provide, we are going to give you $5. The other $5 is going towards the reinvestment of the 4,000 loans that we've given you. So it means that our neighbor artists are empowered. And everyone under because whatever that are going to be given is according to the value of the artist.
Okay. So Mr. Chipaz, Mr. Chipaz, I understand the background and also your voice, rinonzwika, right? So what's stopping all this kuti zinge zvibudirira? But you're one of the guys in that background and a voice no kwanisa kuterereka. Or have you tried it, kumboita approach these people and sell your idea to them?
We are in the process of doing that. It is only our hope and prayer that our voice will be heard in the near future, so that at the end of the day, industry in your core. If you look at how many Zimbabwean artists we've got in Zimbabwe, like I want.
Yeah. So how do you stay up to date with the industry trends? Because mazuano zvinhu zvinenge zviri kumhanya. How do you stay in touch?
Come again, King.
I say, how do you stay up to date with industry trends? Industry. How do you stay alert?
Like things are changing. This is why that point I would want to welcome new promoters. would come with the new ideas to perfect where we're making mistakes. Because it's so strong chakati. You find Zimbabwe.
Yep.
Before I came in the industry, Titi Ngoma yanga yema sound clash. Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Titi Ngoma yanga yema sound clash.
Yes.
And then when you came in, we tried to change it. Katanga kuita kuti maatisanga achiuya. But have you noticed kuti every poster Chipaz show yeZimbabwe tinenge tine 20-30 ma Zimbabwe artists. Poster resungura rinenge 1-3. So we are saying that at the end of the day, we end up not giving value for my artists at Zimbabwe. Because it's business quantity at the end of the day. I also want to make money. So when my artists are wonder, what it means, where I'm supposed to give you someone $5. $5.
I think it's a net problem, but we try to bring back Mr. Chipaz promotion right here. A shout out to all those who are in the shout box right now. Please make sure you click the share button so that at least Munes Ang Aripano, we are talking about the challenges he faces in the music industry, and also Mr. Chipaz, I can welcome you back. How are you, Mr. Chipaz?
I'm okay, King.
Yeah. So what were you saying? You can elaborate. Mamchiti Maguan's artists and a personal value here is in. You can go ahead.
No, the value negative, but you are saying that when you pay 3 artists for the whole night,
yes,
you can give them money, shanda yakawanda.
Yes, I hear you.
But my events is in that 30-40 artists. So you are forced to share whatever that budget that you've got for the artists among both artists.
And these artists, do they agree?
Yes, they don't agree. Of course, sometimes they have no choice.
Okay.
Anogaita kuonekwa. Aonekwa kushora Chipaz mangwana ako haiwa akunochaja mari akwasa kuchaja. But you're saying, is that good for the industry?
That's a good question. Shout out to Mr. Godfather Timberman, Vapindra Pachirongwa, big up yourself, Laziti, big up yourself, also Far Bad Kamba, big up yourself, Johnny, Vapindra Pachirongwa, big up yourself. Whoever is in the comment section right now, can I only question yako, please, nyora mu comment section question yako Mr. Patson Chimboza. I've got a question and deny Mr. Patson.
Yes.
Mr. You promote so many artists, and vakawanda takaona vachibva kusiti ngoma, right? But most of the artists panenge are big artists. Achaone kusiti ngoma. As a promoter, as muno akashanda now, can you tell us kuti chi change chakuitika?
I would love to believe that an artist anokura from day one shika international standard. So in as much as would want that same artist akakura ku Sports Center to come and showcase ku Sports Center, anogonanga ane ma standards asaendra nokuyazoedza kupi ku Sports Center. I also must applaud that because vanenge vachita ma international standards. Which is what this is why I said we must keep on having my artists vanenge vakafanana na Wingy D, so that when Wingy D apa international standards, tine another Wingy D achikuperforma ku Sports Center. Kalasa angatamba achiperforma ku Sports Center for 20 years. Anofana kukura kusvika akuti aiwa ndichaita sei ukandisharidza. Sports Center inofana kunge iri like grade 7 kana form 2 kana form 4. Who graduate vaenda ku university. Because you can't go to university then come back and sit for grade 7. So I respect my artists asawe ku Sports Center vanenge vakura. So isusu let's identify more talents so that we keep on pushing my artists. We don't have Zimbabwe artists vati vaenda kunoita show vakawanda kuJamaica. But we've got more Jamaican artists vanouya kuZimbabwe vachibva mari dzakawanda.
Tiri ipapo, Mr. Chipaz, you just brought up a good topic right now that we need to talk about. As a promoter, maartists akawanda ekuJamaica ari kuuya, and as far as I'm concerned, Zimdanzo yedu vafana vakawanda, they've been inspired nemaartists ekuJamaica.
Correct.
Right? And to be honest enough, we got big artists like Winky D, Say Colors, Killer T, Enzo Aisha, you name it, right? To name a few. But at Sataona, maartists edu ach invite ko kwenda ku Jamaica. Is it because of the international level? We need to set up my standards at the international level. You go to artists wedu angachizorira outside Zimbabwe. Can you just tell us more about this issue?
Isusu as Zimbabweans.
Yes.
We must not wait to be called to Jamaica to go into my events. As promoters, we must be advocating to take the Zimbabwe artists to go and play in Jamaica.
Yes.
I must say we've got a promoter in Jamaica, Stampede. He plays most of my local acts. Local artist songs.
Big up to Stampede, is right there in the shout box. Stampede, big up yourself. Yes, there's a props for Mr. Patson Chimboza. Yeah, he's right there in the shout box, Mr. Patson. Yeah, you can go ahead.
Something should be a mandate for our local promoters to initiate the move to take these local artists to Jamaica. You never know. It's better for artists. It's better for the industry. But right now, there's a few artists who are doing international events. But we would rather take the same artist and Anakalasi, you and Ambida Dio Gawinawa. Go down to Jamaica. Do 1 or 2 shows. Then the next thing, Grafron and Graquira. For somebody else. That's what you want.
So, Panduta and Mr. Patson, I can feel what is, or you got passion about this industry, right? It's not just the Zim Danzo Yamuno promoter. Gospel, Sungura, Muriko, right?
You
got this passion, but by so doing, you're putting in money. And some of the money, it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. To certain of us, it's not.
But so this passion, do you keep you going even if you get a loss, right?
No, King Alfred. You know what happens? One thing I've said about showbiz. Showbiz, I tried with a promoter who's in a side hustle.
Okay.
You kill yourself. What I said, can I hit a show? I now believe could plan your event, start paying Maria show in August, in February, March. So that by the time you get to the show, you've paid maybe 90% of the cost of the event. King Alfred, it should be a way of banking money as a promoter. Kunopa Kalas $200, Unopa Windy $600. You are banking money as a promoter. Because there's never a time that you can keep money from January to August. Okay, change it or keep it also better than August. But what then happens is show a flopper. You are better off. I won't pay natural both of about my costa coca. Whatever that you've used from January to August, say 20,000.
Yes.
Okay, badara over a long period. Even because now 15,000 that day. You can't call it a loss, suppose was possible bata Mario Yokawani. 15,000.
Yes.
Just a good passion, do you have a good driver? I must do this. Even if it fails, I must keep on doing it.
Uh-huh.
This is why ndakapinda muindustry ndikazombomira zvangu for 2 years ndikazotanga futi. It's the passion yakandidriva kuti tange futi.
So there's a time yamakambomira kuita promotion, right? Mamara mwa here kana mama pa same retirement nobody, so I want to see who is there, who can pull up the plugs. Good is ending there.
I stopped for 2 reasons.
Yeah, what was the reason that you stopped?
One, I had created more enemies than friends in the industry, which is not good for a business person.
Number two,
I wanted to learn from other promoters, new ideas. So that when I come back, I'll come back in a better mind. Those are the 2 reasons.
And do you feel like time yamakambo mira yoyo pamadzoka pa you've learned a lot?
50-50.
Let's hope you're not going to semi-retire again, because
no,
we don't want you.
I'll still soldier on.
Okay, but maybe you can just give us an insight. Could chi chamainge maybe muchiwengerwa nemamwe ma promoters kuti muzoti ayo guys zangu nende ganibomira zangu inini rekandiwasiwa aite. Maybe you can just give us one reason.
I wouldn't say ndaivengwa nemuma promoters, or maybe it was my thinking. Though unongosina much evidence, but that's what I felt. And I did not say I created more enemies for my promoters. I said I had created more enemies, more industry than friends.
Wow.
So it's a statement which is not only targeting promoters.
Okay.
But it's a statement that targets industry.
Okay. Yeah. Let's just take 1 or 2 questions out of short box. This is coming from Mr. Smooth. What are new things are you improving so far? What areas do you think needs improvement? This is coming from Mr. Smooth.
If you realized my events do like Zimbabwe, people were complaining about sound.
Yes.
Because the Susu were also trying to manage my finance edu. That's like cheap, I could take more profit. But then realized, but no, we are shortchanging our customers. People are complaining. We then said, we're never going to do an event. We are going to do with Moon and not sound, upmarket sound, the best. So that every day at Nama complains a sound system. We also made sure that even the way that we set up our stage, lighting for Sim Dance, up to the standard. Yes. You remember long back we used to have my Kena account or my events.
Yes.
We were to a certain extent to be blamed because it was our fault. Isuku high sound isuku zvakanaka. A sound inogona kukata. Sound ikakata when someone is paid his or her money. Always anongobhekana. Whatever he does that time yoyo just anokangofunga. But ever since you said no, let's do proper sound system. Let's do proper stage. Let's do proper barricading. We have done my events at 6 a.m. Sound is not yakata. And the complaints anengapera. Kila so artists achipe forma time yake kana time yake kwana upeto vaenda.
So all these things, they're all in place now and it's moving smoothly. Pasanga my problems.
So far right.
Once again, to those who just log on, welcome to the show, Musical Journey with King Alfred. And today, I've got a special guest today by the name of Mr. Patson Chimboza, aka Mr. Chipaz. Mr. Chipaz. And Chipaz in terms of promotion, Kuvakare, he is the best. This is coming from Lazi T. And also coming from Farai. when it comes to that panotoda corporate world, because for me, it's not about having international standard, but marry and know how to market the music. But Tambota earlier on about taking my artists to understand maybe Jamaica to do a show, right? And someone is just mentioning there, Mr. Farah Gutizo. Yes, Mr. Chipaz, you might have money, but at least the corporate world also need to help you, because what you're doing, you're not just doing this for yourself. You're actually doing this for the entire nation, which is Zimbabwe. Do you agree with that?
Sorry, Alfred. Come again.
Yeah, Mr. Farah Yavarguti, when earlier on you spoke about taking the artists, now maybe Jamaica, and he's actually saying you actually also need the corporate world because you're not just doing this for yourself, you are doing this for the entire nation, right? Because my artists can also akumirira Zimbabwe, anengakabva kuna Chipaz, anengakabva kuna so and so, anengakabva kwakati. So we actually need this corporate world. Even the government, the sector, the government need to also set up the funding yema artists, right? Because and what's your take about this?
He's also saying what I also said before. It's very important. It's like we're doing cultural exchange. Tikaenda ku Jamaica, we learn one or two things from Jamaica. We come home, we implement that. But remember, whatever that we are doing, remember I did this thing, Soldier Love and Sekalas. It's not my mindset. Ku Jamaica. So I'm saying tikaenda outside, we learn one or two things. We come back home, we implement. At the end of the day, industry inokura, it was professional.
Coming from Wayne Marshall Hanzi, Chipaz Chibaba, so many souls are being fed in Zimbabwe because of this man. We need to give him a pam pam. Coming from Embrace Trisha, Chipaz is the best known I had online, and we are always updated. And most of the people who follow you are in the diaspora, and they actually admire the work that you do. And wonder they copy a lot from Mr. Chipaz promotion. But there's a question I have for you, Mr. Chipaz. I want you to help me with this. What do you think are the most common misconceptions about promoters?
A promoter, they just want to come and make money and go. But to me, yes, they are very correct. Because business, no one wants to do business at a loss. But I would like to believe not all promoters are like that. For me, I use this sector as a stepping stone. Remember, I also do other things, like I'm into vehicle repairs, I'm into furniture. So being Chipaz, ndikapinda munengo office, munhu anotanga kuti haasire Chipaz irozvo. So whatever that I want outside the industry side, music, ndekatatowane a better chance of getting a deal or striking a deal. So music, it must be a stepping stone kuwana bigger and better deals at the end of the day. This is why we try to do things professional. This is why we try and protect the brand. Kuti ukazopinda moti ndiyo iyo zvakati, we try and avoid that. In as much as tinoita kuti tsvage mari, but kana mari yaramba kuuya, we create that platform yekuti tinge tine marelationship akanaka. When you go to other offices, we are ahead because vanenge vaine history kuti ndiye nhingi anta zvakati. But mari tinoida semapromota. Tinoida zvokuti.
I'm going to read this one coming from one of the promoters from Zimbabwe. I think this one is a young brother as well, is a young promoter as well in Zimbabwe. I think you also inspired him. Nigel Tamba Bry out, Mr. Nigel Hanzi. So imagine Delta Yoti we are sponsoring 30 promoters with 100K per year to promote arts. What would that do to the industry?
Kana 50 chai.
You bright out.
Kana 50K to promote.
Uh-huh.
You see, King Alfred.
Uh-huh.
In India, I've been promoting since for the past 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to say this for the first time. I was happy only last year. Deota managed to sponsor event yangu.
Wow.
Since I started promoting, 20 years, but it's only last year Deota came aboard and started to promote event yangu, which I applaud Deota. So our appeal kuma corporates, could if they do the same thing, not only Deota, I'm sure when Nigel saying Deota is meaning my bigger companies.
Yes.
If they could join hands, we have 5, put it in one pool, could in the sumudzira industry. You find my event at King Alfred. We don't do an event single thing say a Delta product. We don't do event single thing say things.
Yes.
So I'm saying Delta, anything, Bagata Puma, so our we send one chunk. Gentlemen, both to be honest, we pull numbers. We pull numbers.
Yes.
And my volumes, my products are unfambo pantachi, my events. Even my numbers are but combined numbers and my promoters. I know if we approach them with a good proposal, I'm sure they'll be able to take it. But at the same time, we must not say Delta must come to us to say we can do this. I think it is our mandate as promoters to write a good proposal, and then we take to the corporate world. It will not be vice versa. Even if they want to come, but if anyone protocols are, let's say a proposal like energy, but let's write a proposal. Let's take it to Delta. I'm sure they understand it because we don't do my events personal Delta product. So it's a good thing that you're saying about it, but we need to approach it in a very professional manner. Like I said, Delta got Basira because Varatotanga. So it means they are keen to be associated the art industry.
Okay. We hear Mr. Chipaz varikutaura please toda kuti at least makopa of the world ari kunzoko. Please. Trikuya kwamuri, right? We are coming for you. And shout out to all those Copa of the World already variku sponsor my promoters ari kunzoko and you are doing a good job. But now Mr. Chipaz takumbodzoka kumashure mbichana.
It's okay.
Timboona kuti mungatiudzowo here because we've done so many events. Which event yamunotaura kuti guys event guy handikangamwe and the reason why? Just in general, anything mari what's a memorable event yamusikakangana?
Event that I'll never forget. Ndakata mari kudai mari yechengeteka ka nditotongotana Alfred. Event iyoyo 2K60 takaita tiri inini Josh na Taka vashonganyika. That event I will never forget it. It was 2K60. The other event that I will never forget, issue yandakanyora ku Mozambique ndina Oliver Mtukudzi kuBeira. Nice setup, zvese ndaita vakatanga kunaya. It rained from 9 o'clock to 1 a.m. And the Mozambique, once wabhuka anything, whatever that you book, unotobhadhara. To be honest, I had no money to come back. Oliver Mtukudzi gave me money to put fuel in my car to come back to Zimbabwe.
Wow.
That's showbiz for you. But because of passion, I came back, stayed down, went to the drawing board, and started afresh. And here I am, still doing my fence.
Yeah. That was something else. But mambo badashayire kuti zvokufamba sei panapa.
But when I came back, ndaenda kwana munhu achitenga newspaper, ndaitorwadzwa kuti that guy is wasting money kutenga newspaper. Because I came back literally ndisina kana mari. But it happens in showbiz. You win some, you lose some.
Okay. Titauriwo zvakaitika kuSting. What's your take about Sting? Because most of people vanoona kuti Sting is one of the memorable events that Chipaz have put.
King Alfred. Isusu Sting here. In as much as people were seeing something, their own Sting in their mind.
Yes.
That Sting Kwatiri was not the same Sting that was in people's mind. Sting originally in Jamaica. But our setup with Sting was not the Jamaican Sting. My Sting tamba irude brands evano. My Sting was an abbreviation. Sting is STING. For us, it meant several talented individuals needs guidance. That was the connotation here, the word Sting atakata soso. We were saying kutima young talent, not guidance.
Yes.
He was saying no to drugs, no to this, no to this. But mumind yevana, they took Sting here to Jamaica. Though on the day we also had to set up, you could let's have colors and soldier love, write a tune for tune. To entertain because when they came and they believe you could just it because it's a musical fight. But for us, we wanted to send the message that every talented artist or individual needs guidance.
Okay. Despite setting that platform a good teaser, did no to drugs, no to that, on the actual show between Say Colors and Soldier Love, since go from the horse mouth, wamurukuti akakwapa izwandiani.
Apan.
Tell us more about that now. We need to hear from you.
Apana akwapata because we find those guys were supposed to do song for about 30 minutes. But that event lasted, I think, 3 minutes. So for me to judge kuti muna achikiwa kanda ana kuchikiwa, it's very difficult. But we had said when in our plans, we are not going to let anyone asiwa chinzi apera because of Sting. We were also prepared kuti pachinge panyanyonetsa, we were going to intervene as promoters. How were we going to do that? We set aside an artist, a bigger artist, who was going to come. Pakati clash.
Yes.
Could the color Soldier Love stop it? So this thing was going to be stopped. Yatopwa, Pakanasa Colors, Nepakanasa Soldier Love. They would go back to the drawing board and try to perfect what a mistake. Then we create another Sting. That was the plan. But because it only went for 3 minutes, ikavhiringika pakakandwa matear gas, pakakandwa makids, it wasn't a good ending for the Sting. Takatohwanda mota dzikapwanywa and vamwe vakakwara, of which I often want to apologize kuna fans akafectwa whatever happened to Sting. It was not our intention. Our intention was to create a platform yekuti vanhu vafare vodzokera kudzimba dzavo.
Okay. There's a question coming from Mr. Wayne Mashi. Hansi, please, King Alfred, can he ask for me, kuna Mr. Chipaz kuti azvikono here kuti mumboita show yekuisa Wingy D na Secalas on one show, cause ini hangu kubva ndichiziva danzo handina kumboona vari pasame poster. Maybe ndine hangu ndakasara nedatabase dzacho. This come from Wayne Mash.
Thank you, Wayne. You know, isusu as my promoters, you don't just wake up ungotanga kungo advertise a show without an agreement with an artist.
Yes.
So as a promoter, one thing you do is you seek a date from an artist. If the date is available, I'm going to go. If the date is not available, I'm going to leave. Or I'm going to I name my commitment on that particular date. So that show in our colors na Wingy D. In any Chipaz. It's a show I do for now. But uncertain one an available date.
Suit out both artists.
Couldn't event you. But one thing a date, they couldn't event you. I would also want it. Not for them to perform and judge who is better. I believe there's no competition in music, but there's complementation in music. Wingy D and Secalas, they complement each other. So I'm not saying we want to do a show. You could sit down at Anogona, the other colors. No. We want to do a show, it could all my friends. A show that I also want Inini as a promoter.
Okay. And also the other question, why is it my female artists, right? Zikuvanetsa kuti vasimuke muzim industry, like especially muzim dancehall. What's your take on that?
Chinoitika chekuti number one, we don't have my female artists akawanda mu zim dancehall. Number two, isusu as my promoters. Like I said, we also look at promotion as business. You also want an artist that brings value to you and the value to the fans. So I urge my female artists, because they need to put more effort so that at the end of the day, they are first chosen before munatumfunga kuti kuna colors, before munatumfunga kuna Kinati, atumfunga kuna Freeman. So inyaya kuti popularity yake kune ruzhinji rweZimbabwe. That's what we look at. Even when I'm being charged an artist, I don't look at Unogara copy. What card do you drive? I look at kuti unodiwa ne vanhu vangani. If you charge me $200, gives you out my gate charge is $5. I quickly divide 200 divided by 4. By 5. Ndona kuti 140. My next question is, do you command 40 people? If you don't command that number, then it will be difficult for me to engage you.
But then now panozoya issue yokuti izo mudhara Chipaz vari kusiya ningi pa poster. How
that question I did King Alfred. Communication ya artist na promoter. I found out one way. If I tell you 80% of my artists, they've been here. Not kuti vari kuda mari kana kuti chi. It's the personal relationship inenge iripo. Let's build a relationship. Yekuti atitaure kana pane nyaya show chete.
Tofana kumbotaura pasina show.
Pasina show waya pana patatenderana sadza tata say tukota in general. So sometimes you forget an artist when he or she exists. Because amuna interaction kana tombozna kuti how are you? Atina that interaction. Kana number dzako antina. So communication must be either way.
I hear you.
I've created a platform scenario kuti ma artist ndifana navo besides kundido show now. Ndoona kuti ana artist pamwe 2 months chikotaura. So even if someone wants an artist, akanditi Chipaz, ndikaningi, I mean, ndoda an artist yotashoka wakati. Obviously, the artist that comes to my mind is the artist that I regularly speak to.
Yes.
But King Alfred wasingata naye anoimba. Andipo ndakamufunga. Ndotakafunga Colors. Freeman. Kina. Was total now on a daily basis. But from female artists, all I'm saying is they are good artists. Let them up their game. So that mangwana. Before we engage Colors, ngatibate Nick. Before we engage Freeman, ngatibate Patience. That's how it should be, because it's such about Takamari at the end of the day. So tikagokuisa usinganyanyo add value. Take it as it doesn't change anything. But you are saying up your game as an artist. This is why my shows are not as society. Kune mamata akatowanda vasingatomboyebalana piyoyo. Not because kuti avagone, but sometimes atina that rapport yongo communicate yende. Unozofunga papa yekuti kuna ningi tamsiya, but the process ratomu 6
aratobuda kudara.
But because it na Colors zvisinei kuti mune show unotaka kumufunga, munoita na Kina unotaka kumufunga. So inyaya yekuti let's create a platform yekuti tingoita ma relationship ari outside kuchinjana mari. Even if ukazonyura ndikwaza kuti wangu zvadhakwa ndipo time dzokubata mari yako. Both tagara tava ne understanding kudhara. Indana kuzata ndachipasa zvakati, he means his word.
Okay, mu industry which promoter wamuri kufungidza kuti you know what guys, I wish kumboshanda na promoter could it pull up something big titese. Which promoter do you think you want to work with?
Anyone, as long as he's a promoter or she's a promoter.
Anyone.
I don't choose anyone. Andina kundoti ningi, but as long as munari promoter, I'm free to work na any. Because we find kuti pane zvasingaziweni as a promoter. Zvinozikana the other side. Ananga ne strength yake indine yangu. So combined effort, strength yangu ne yake will make something bigger. Wow. Even tikatobatana mapromoter tiri 10 kuita one event. It's all right. Because atikona batana chete kana paita funeral.
Yeah.
Even my event fona kubatana.
So overall, what's your wish in this music industry? Your wish chiri pamoyo penya apa chokuti guys zangu, I wish for this as a promoter.
Inini, I wish for corporate support, ne government support. You see, my events are not going to go to South Africa. Zvara shono rushiga, but the promoter, ana stress, mari, ana chi, everything is catered for. Because we are pushing the brand, artists enyu. Isusu we hire my artists and Kaswa University, and a basic now, and a Charlie Blake for Jamaica. But those names were created in Jamaica. And those names grew big in Jamaica. But they've got support, they've got corporate support. So if we do the same thing locally, corporate support, government support, our industry no kura. Industry ya kura. Avatadze kudedzwa ku Jamaica kunzi come and perform ku festival. It's now a plus to the artist. You look at how many festivals are netted outside Zimbabwe. But how many artists are being called to my festivals? Why? But if people see kuti a show in National Sports Stadium, tina Colors na Freeman. That's at the stadium, National Stadium. What do? Do you think our days were outside to come and perform?
Vanodaidzwa.
Vadedzwa they can charge mari yavanoda because they are worth money. Look at how much Benabo is charging now. Look at how much Davido chache. Davido takamudza kudhara munomu. But yes, you can't even think of Davido because value yake.
Yakurisa.
yake yakurisa. Even ukamunza utoti kutomunza but maracha it's okay. But if we are bringing Davido tine support tukudza industry yedu. Munhu achada kuona Davido achaona the next artist auperforma na Davido. Kutoti ninga anogona. Akuchimudedza elsewhere. Akuchaja mari yake anoda. So it means artist anenge akura.
Wow. We are learning a lot. We are learning a lot from Mr. Chipaz, aka Mr. Patrick Chimboza. To all those who are chango joiner now, ari pano muchinda oyu, ari pano arubata basa, arakakura chaezo muzim industry. Avango promuza zim danzo chete, ku gospel wariko, kumbira wariko, right? Kusungura wariko, kuzim danzo wariko, zakari. But kune question iripo hanzi, Mr. Chipaz, takuda kuti mutitro show yezim hip hop.
Ndakatomboita.
Who was on the lineup?
Come again.
Who was on the lineup?
I've done on hip hop. I've done Votes. I've done Wellington. I've done even international artists to hip hop.
Okay.
You see what happens is like I said, my promoter ananga chakamari. I'm happy kuti tane mazhenro akawanda ane following. Kudara when we entered into promotion, there was only Sungura and gospel. Where tukaita show na Baba Machesu, the next event I regarded in the Charabas. Before even Zim Danzo yaita into limelight. But now I'm able to ane Sungura, tane Zim Danzo, tane hip hop. And I'm able to my hip hop artists and hip hop fans. They are saying, we are better than Zim Danzo. It's good for the industry. So at the end of the day, in as a promoter, I talk about my. Then Dr. No. Zim Danzo ikunda ne hip hop. Why don't you get all my hip hop artists? And do an event kuvenye ndonechi ne hip hop. Remember every event in Indranane, every Henry in a venue in Indranane. You can't go and do Zim Danzo Kuborodio. Ashbude. So Zim hip hop is not good at it. Zima pipelines edisus extra Zim hop events. Any genre in Zimbabwe, we have to do an event. Yanganaga nation. We are not segregating Mtuata Chakati.
By saying that, Mr. Chipaz, I remember I was in Zimbabwe. You did a show, Marat Gardens. Someone said to me, you see, this gentleman, akabuda akano promoter Zim Danzo, but anga sirimune Zim Danzo. Right? And we respect him because takashaya munu. Anga chibuda kuti, no guys, I need to promote Zim Danzo. Right? Because they were saying you were basically for Sungura. Though you're my promoter. Those are
correct.
It's something that I picked up, right? And what's your take? Neza maita kuzim danzo now. And achipusha zim danzo.
I think I've played party yangu kuzim danzo. Not saying kuti ndinda kasunda zim danzo. No. I only played a part Zim Danzo itike pairi. The same way I played a part to Sungura ito Jairi. If you remember, I've done 4 shows in one day. Same time. I did Sungura, I did Zim Danzo, I did gospel, I did Zim hip hop. Same day, same time. It shows kuti Tirivano have a passion for the industry, not passion for the genre.
And how were the shows on the same particular day? How was the outcome?
The only show that didn't do well was gospel.
Okay.
But the other 3, they were very much okay. The best event was Zim Danzo.
Okay. Let me just pick up one more question. One more question from the comment section. We've got a few minutes to sign out. Hansi, Mr. Chipaz, this is coming from Benjani Kanokanga. Hansi, Mr. Chipaz, what's the reason behind our artists are not really reaching a global audience internationally? What's the reason behind?
Personally, I think it all comes down to management. I believe in artist achangotanga anenge aine manager waangachiti maybe is a friend or a relative. But as an artist grows, I believe it's high time that he also improves on his management. At one time, I used to say, manager wa Winky D anonetsa. But kwandati kunetsa, to me, akusi kunetsa. Because he's asking for professional. He would ask you kuti ushatsa PA system yayo. And to me, they get but bad down the PA system, but he must send a management. Anakachiti susu, we want A, B, C, D. You would ask you to, who else is on the lineup? It's a very professional question, but ukatora zisirizo, not munanonetsa. So I'm saying that you know later most of these artists is the proper management. As an artist grows, so must be lineup yake management. Management must know that must take an artist from point A to point B. Apa point B akwenda pakati. Sikatapa ma international standard. International standard, I think, one time you are no performer. You perform it for 1 hour 50 minutes. Those are international standards. But we find now that it's not proper management. You are bound to be asked to perform 6-7 hours.
And what's your take on the management side of our artists in Zimbabwe? What's your take on the management side of it? Because so many people want to complain about my artists, my manager, artists are not paying zotizo. Ndatambira show. Manager, and told him show kudara. There by panozeita clash of events. Promoter ananga chefika utizo ningacha uya. But because artists akatora mari, manager singazie. What's your take on that?
That's lack of having proper management. I believe Musue show manager is not the boss. The artist akuta basarake rekufadza vanhu. But as long as a promoter pays deposit to an artist, the manager now becomes the boss. Ndiye akucontrola artist wake kuita zvakati nezvakati nezvakati. But if you get an artist,
oh sorry, you can go ahead.
If you get an artist wokuti aateerere manager wake, he then goes and get money from Nigeria. Iye apiwa manager apiwa mari na Chipaz. Because haana a proper management setup.
So what's your advice to, because I think I had
my advice, as long as you're an artist, concentrate on writing and singing. Kana uri manager, zvemanagement zvokubhuka mashows, zvokudza time neprogram, leave it to the manager. Nyango manager atambira mari shoma, accept mari atambira na manager iyeye, because he's done that for a reason.
Arikuziva zvaarikuzviitira.
Maybe arikuziva kuti munhu wandoda kuti naye ndiye manager we Mount Choice. So ndikamuchaja $2. Mangwana ashandi paplatform yokupefuma kwakati. It's the manager arikuziva why he chose to charge that amount. But my figures, my figures they differ. Figure ndipo Chipaz, ndipo Nigeria, ndipo King Alfred. Zakasiyana. But ipasare management kuna kuti what value do I get from Chipaz by giving me a low charge?
Okay. Generally, where do you see our music from Zimbabwe in the next 5 years?
To me, I think tine growth music. Why I say so? We started tine sungura ne zimdanso, sungura ne gospel. Tikapinda muzimdanso. Now tane genre zim hip hop. 2-3 years down the line mbira chedzedzo dzonga dzatosumuka tatonezheni kuti kwane vanhu vakuenda kunofara zvembira chete. So I think music iri kukura in terms of machine zvinota se kuwanda kwaari kuita, which is better for Zimbabwe, and it also gives vanhu choice, variety choice yakawanda kuti vanoenda kupi. Remember, we're also getting old. Pane pokuti enda kuti ini ndofarira mbira, so instead of going to see Zim dance hall, ndakuenda kumbira, or ndakuenda kusungura, or ndakuenda kugospel. So industry and music, I think it's heading in the right direction. Only if we get corporate support and government support.
Let me just get this message again coming from Belinda. She just said the problem is some of these artists, they just get their friend to manage them without experience of knowledge. Do you agree on that?
Yes, I agree. That must only be done uchangotanga. But if the brand grows, either change or the manager must go for my refresher courses as if what to do, the do's and don'ts for an artist.
Okay. I understand the Margarita show, I think Cup Clash, City Sports, and you one of the winners was promised to come to the UK, and I've seen on your page the promoter, which is Shania Events, they fulfilled their promise. And what's your take as a promoter, Akaita Udzitik, and that artist Akuno? What's your feeling?
It's a thumb up to the industry, and I must thank the promoter Akaita live to his word. When Mbida D won the Cup Clash, Susu promised to give him a BMW, which we have done. We've honored, we've played our parts. The promoter got I want this winner to come to UK. We thought maybe Atungotawara, but I'm happy. What he said is what he has done, and I want to thank him very much. And I wish my promoters Akadaro want support all the initiative that we are doing here in Zimbabwe. No problem. Cup Clash. Besides the win, no pure Kuno Zimbabwe. I know I'm outside. As we speak, Mbida D is in UK. It's now up to him to prove kuti kana aridza aramba chidetswa futi, not only in UK but in Zimbabwe.
A shout out to Shania Events, and they're actually holding a show this Saturday. The place called Dance Table Conference Center. That's 51 High Street, LU6 1JFK, J1JF, and the Kuda Mac9 Dunge Youth Mbida D Lady B Nadadza Vanengwaripo. And you know what? This is something else. Big up yourself, Mr. Shanyai Events. Mr. Chipaz, I think you are now coming to the end of our show. What advice do you want to give to the promoters and to some of the artists right now?
My promoters is let's unite for a better artistic Zimbabwe. Kuma artists, let's work as a family. We learn every day as promoters. So if the artist must also learn every day, same artist. All what to achieve is kufadza varungu vedu. Vano mafans vanobhadhara mari kuya kuma agency edu. And my parting words are urongwa wakarongeka. Unorongwa nevarongi vakarongeka. Kuti imi makarongeka muuye kune zvakarongeka. Udzana.
Mr. Chipaz, amuzukenya kutamba na Nambida dear. If you can repeat that one more time again.
Ndachiti urongwa wakarongeka. Unorongwa nevarongi vakarongeka. Kuti imi makarongeka muuye kune zvakarongeka. This is why we say udzana.
Wow. And once again, Mr. Chipaz, we want to say congratulations to you, the award-winning promoter in Zimbabwe. This is not the first time, but this is the second time again. And I've seen so many Kawanda complain about Nama. What's your take? Net trophy Nyamagapiwa from Nama.
I want to thank Nama, thank the whole of Zimbabwe. Like I said, a promoter, I don't need that support from the team. And I want to say big up to Jack Radix, Blue Eyes, NSK. They are the team who want to make Chipaz promotions. A promoter also needs support from the fellow promoters, which I have been receiving for the past, I don't know how many years. And at the same time, like I said, a promoter also needs the support from the family. And at this juncture, I also want to say thank you to my wife for allowing me to go the whole night ndichienda kumaevents kuri kuedza kufadza ruzhinji rwezimbabwe.
And the last question, sorry, I'm going to ask you now, Mr. Chipaz, because mambotaura ne kutantine sungura gospel zim danza tane zim hip hop and also mbira. Which artists can we look up to at the moment? The upcoming artists, watofana kusa ziso parili because ndi muri pa ground, right? Imini muri academy, right? Omana tasema ziso pane mkoma nawe kana pane msika nawe. If you can give us 3 artists, maybe one with hip hop, one gospel, one kusungura, and one dancehall.
Okay, kusungura vakawanda, but I would say Sky Limit kusungura. Ku hip hop I would say Volts. Ku Zim Danzo in as much as vakawanda, but I think Konongali.
Then sorry,
Konongali adonza vakawanda sei kukaplash. Nyangwa akazochiwa kena bidati, but Kwandiri was my favorite.
So I'm the favorite you do not today.
No, I got a favorite to Kwandiri on the day because I saw him. I don't need to.
And was he from Harare or he was outside Harare?
Kunangali Lawai. From Lawai.
Okay.
He was from Lawai. It pa Facebook takatozombawo just appreciation kuti in as much as vanhu vana kukuvhotirako, but vakawanda they are saying konongali. So takazomuappreciatawo so that anoramba aine passion daughter yekuenda mberi. Akaona proper management akazvibatawo, I'm sure he will go far.
And I think this is going to be your last question. I think that guys see it because and Mambotaura and the artists and Isus as DJs. Tino Shanda so much. We work to make artists go far, but never recognized. This is coming from DJ Latria Blues.
All right, to some extent. But if you realize from last year, even our Cup Clash, chakatowanda angari ma DJs. Ma artists post atakatanga stumbo nakana artists. The Cup Clash na September. So we are trying to appreciate and revive the spirit kuti akuna event in it katina ma DJs. They play a very important role. Kuma events ese beat sungura, beat zimdanzo, beat gospel. Pese panetika break, there's need a DJ kufadza vanhu. And every event that I've gone to, I've seen these guys vachifadza vanhu kuti tamwe iwo ndo main acts. So we will never forget my DJs. It's just that it will come back slowly. Kuti vanotanga kuziva kuti my DJ, they are equally important as my artists. But we all work kuti nyika ite zvakanaka muindustry medu.
Before you go, Mr. Chipaz, is there an upcoming show that you are hosting very soon, or that you want people to know about before you go?
Yes, we've got so many events lined up for the whole year. Our events will start end of March. I think I'll be able to share with you my calendar. I think I'll share with my calendar in my events for the whole year.
Yeah. Wow. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this was Mr. Chipaz, aka Mr. Patso Chiboza, tinoda kukutenda ichaizvo to be on this platform because, like I said earlier on, kuti aizi nyore kuti Mr. Chiboza vange vari pano, but because of the love mange muri pano, and naizvozvo toda kukutenda ichaizvo having you on the show, and also we can't wait to see you again in the future. Right, and kana kuno kuuk kwachituto kudayo foot, and also pano tichakudayo foot to follow up my events and also update ezviri kuitika muindustry, and also kuona kuti macorporate world auyawo here, and also zvamuri kuchemera kubva kugovernment kuti zviitike, voice renyu ravanzwika here. Naizvozvo Mr. Chipaz, thank you very, very much on the musical journey with the King Alfred. It was a pleasure having you one more time.
Thank you, King Alfred.
We salute and chimwe chino ndoda kutendai nema baza makandipa ekuti kumfa kusapwanywe.
No, it's okay.
We thank you so much.
We are family. We are family.
We salute him, Mr. Chipaz. Thank you so much. I know we are busy, many. You want to go, Mumbeta Mama Basa. We can't wait to see you again in the future. And we wish you best of luck for my shows. Enyam Shaita. God bless you.
No, thanks, King of it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was Mr. Chipaz, aka Patso Chimoza, live on the show. We are trying by all means to bring the prominent people, right? Not just the promoters, those who know our industry. Mangonzo, my promoters, my DJ. Let's not fight each other, right? Everyone, anokwanisa kuwa na cake, anokwanisa kujika cake, andiga gati chande pamwe chete. Tite say tende mbere to all those who ngori pa show nasi kune ma silent listeners varipana pangoti pa ma questions awo. We thank you so much. We can't wait to see you again next week. Muswe Wednesday. I think Tinema special guest again, Anengari Pano. One of the special guests is Laziti Anengari Pano. And if you like, you want to be part of this show as well, please don't forget to just DM me. You know what? I'm gonna leave you now. You know what? I'm gonna rush to another interview, to a press conference. Zemutanga, which is starting at 8:30 today. Shout out to Shanya Events. I will be hosting the press conference today. The place called Cabana is starting at 8:30. So I'm rushing over there. And also, don't forget, Zimbabwe Cup Clash on the 25th of May. This week, Tingetine Zemudanga, which is the 2nd of March. Then Tingetine Zim Link Up in Ngergom 6 May as well. And also, Tingetine Summer Festival, Muswa 30 March, right? And also, Southern Africa show in Bema again, right? And also, Zimfest. These all Zimbabwean shows. Let's support each other because Tese Tivano Amwechete. And also, don't forget this Friday, Kune Bede Rago Goangu Beti Tapua Bede Part at Kumba Lounge, right? Make sure be there this Friday. Akusare Muno Kogomse Friday. Kuninkwaka Oma. And also Kune Duck Fest as well. So please, on this show, you're going to see all the programs Arakuita Anengachi Anengariko mu UK right here on the program. Love you, and I will leave you. God bless you all. Thank you. See you next week, Friday.